Today we're going to talk about how to find dirt cheap flights so that you can travel more for less. A lot of people think that travel has to be expensive, but it doesn't. Not if you know where to look and how to plan. I'm curious and would love to know, have you ever got a really great airline deal? If you did, where did you get it? Where did you go and what was the price? Tell me in the comments. I'm Christy Evers, owner of Happily Evers After Vacations. I'm going to show you the exact hacks and online tools that this travel agent uses to book my own cheap flights. The good news for you is that you don't have to be a travel agent to fly cheap. You just need to know where to look and how to plan. Here's a personal example of just how low you can go. Last year, November of 2019, my oldest daughter was experiencing a severe health crisis. I thought it would be really beneficial for the two of us to get away somewhere where it was warm and sunny, just a different environment. So I did my research and I found flights to Miami that got the both of us round trip with taxes and fees included, a little bit over $50 total round trip for two people. Round trip to Miami, $50, a little bit over. That's like $25 per person. Round trip. Unbelievable. When I looked at the breakdown of the price, I had paid a base airline fare of 2 cents per direction for my round trip fare, and everything else that added up to the little bit over $50 was taxes and fees. I'm going to share with you step by step the exact process that I used to get that airfare so that you'll be able to do it too. You're welcome. Naturally, you're probably wondering what the number one secret is to finding cheap flights. Well, you're in luck, because I'm going to tell you. The number one thing that's going to help you find the absolute best rates on the internet for flights is flexibility. Flexibility on dates, flight times, the airports that you're willing to go in and out of, even the destination that you're willing to travel to. The more flexible you are, the better. But don't worry, if you're not that flexible, what I have to share is still going to help you. Now, a disclaimer, this is not the only way to find cheap flights. This is just my number one way that I personally like to use to find my own cheap flights. And I want to share that with you. For me to best show you how, let's move to the computer. All right, so here we are, the place where the magic happens, the computer. I'm going to show you exactly the steps that I use to find my own cheap flights so that you can find them too, and you can travel more for less. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to show you two sites today. You can find them online, or there you can also find, I know at least Kayakcom is going to also be a mobile app. I'm not sure if Skyscanner is as well. But these are both typically the same type of sites. You're going to get similar prices. It all just boils down to which type of layout you prefer. So I'm going to start with my personal favorite, which is kayak.com. And so here it is. You just go to kayak.com and make sure you sign up so that you have an account. And the first thing that you're going to do, again, you can also get packages here and hotel, but today we're focusing on flights. So go to flights, and here's your field. Here's your fields. If you've ever booked flights online, this is very familiar to you. But one thing that you don't have to do is fill in all the fields. Like I said, the more flexible you are with your destination, your days, your flight times, the better your chances of finding the best possible deal. So here's how you find those best possible deals when you're on a site like this. So at kayak.com, what you do, you put in your destination city, and here's the two fields. So since we can be flexible, like I said, when I was with my daughter, I just wanted to go somewhere that would be healing and nice, maybe someplace sunny. So I didn't care where we went. And if you don't care where you go, you just want to get away, this is really ideal. So what you can do, you can click on this field. It says can't decide where to go, explore your options with anywhere search, and you can click there. Or there's also over here, you can hit the explore button right over here. Either place is going to get you to where you want to go. One thing that I really like about kayak.com is I'm a very visual person, and they give you both a list of places that you can go as well as a map. I absolutely adore the map. The map, it gets me excited just to see all the different places. And also with COVID-19, they also have a nice little feature here that allows you to see, you know, how many cases are in that particular state, just in case that is a deterrent for where you want to go or not. So anyway, here to find some of the least possible fares that are out there, it gives you a nice little price here. There's Miami here, 67. And I've got to tell you, prices do fluctuate with airfare all the time. I'm not kidding. First of all, yesterday I was looking at this, Miami was for $29. Now it's a little higher, but I actually checked a few hours ago and it was at 97 a few hours ago. So literally, flights fluctuate all the time. I've been in the middle of booking a flight before, and the price changed as I was in the process of booking it. And airlines are not very kind at all. If it changes, they're like, sorry, that's the way it goes. So if you ever find a flight that you're very willing to take at that price, just book it, because it fluctuates all the time. Which also, let me give you one tip, is typically fares are going to be cheaper if you book on a Monday, Tuesday, and sometimes Thursday. Weekends are usually going to be higher. It's just the way it goes. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those are usually going to be the highest booking dates. If you're going to book, look on Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Thursday. But again, that's not a hard, fast rule. So I really suggest, if you're truly interested in getting the best possible price, come back every single day, maybe even multiple times a day. Like I said, there's like what, 60, 70, 80, 90, a $30 price here from what I saw just a few hours earlier. Anyway, so let's just kind of say, and also if you hit this plus button in here, it'll even start to bring up more cities. Like here, yeah, there's 67 here. Fort Lauderdale has 47. So, all right, so we're like, all right, 47. Fort Lauderdale has a great price. So we need to find out what days that $47 is at. Just because they have the price up there doesn't mean you get that any day, anytime that you want. So you need to see what dates that $47 is good for. Because like I said, it matters. It matters. You have to go where the fares are. They're not going to adjust to you. If you're not flexible at all, I suggest possibly getting a credit card that, here, we're going to check here. Maybe a credit card that gives you airline miles or allows you to build up credits towards an airline ticket purchase. Because airlines, you know, what they have is what you get. They're not the easiest places. So, all right. So here it's showing us the dates that they have for this particular price of $49, which is the 7th of November to the 9th of November, which isn't very long. So let's say you maybe want something a little bit longer, and I'll show you how to do that. You know, you could actually, I'll show you on the other site that I said that I like, because I actually like their feature of checking other prices better. No, but anyway, all right. So one thing that you want to note, normally these best fares are going to be on budget airlines. Budget airlines can be fine. You're not going to get a lot from them. They don't usually have snacks, which these days with COVID, nobody has snacks anyway. They're not going to offer you drinks. Again, these days, that's not big of a deal. The one thing that you want to be careful with a budget airline is they will nickel and dime you. If you go with just a carry-on, you're golden. You're going to get that exact rate. But if you're going to bring, I'm sorry, a personal item, they allow one free personal item, but they will charge for carry-ons. They will charge for every carry-on. They will charge for every checked bag, and it's not cheap. If you are going to carry a lot of luggage with you and carry-ons, and also if you're going to be picky about what seat you're going to be in, if you're going to pick your seat, they're also going to charge you for your seats. So the less picky you are, the more likely you are to get this rate. If you need to have a specific seat, if you need to have checked bags or even a carry-on, you're going to have a much higher price. That's how they make their money. Basically, when they give you these deals, they're making little to no money whatsoever. They make all of their money through bags, the baggage fees, the upgrades of all sorts. So just know you're going to probably end up paying the same as you would with a major airline if you're going to start adding on bags and preferred seats. All right, so anyway, um, let's go back. All right. And one thing that I do like about their feature here at Kayak.com is they do have a flight trend, a price trend sheet here that lets you know when to expect prices to go up and when to go down. And the nice thing is, this is going to be pretty much steady throughout the whole airline industry. If prices are down for one airline, most likely they're going to be down for every airline. So what you see here, you don't have to book here. It's going to be an indicator. All right, prices are down here for airlines on this day. Pretty much anywhere you're going to go, they're going to be lower anywhere else. So anyway, let's just say, like, all right, this is a cheaper day. Let's click on this. It's going to tell you, and let's say I actually want longer than 4 days, let's say. What if I want to go 5 days? Click that up. Oh, it's a dollar cheaper for 5 days. Oh, if I want to go 6 days, it's more. Oh, 7 days is more. Oh, but if I go 8 days, it's down again. So you can play around with this site and it helps you find out, can I stay longer, stay shorter? So you don't have to be stuck with what they give you, at the very beginning. So play around with these. It's really a lot of fun. All right. So now let me go and show you also Skyscanner.com. Like I said, it's very, very similar. You're not going to find much of a difference in pricing. It's just the layout is a little bit different. Again, let's say you're here. One thing on Skyscanner you want to do, hit and click these nearby airports. Again, flexibility is key. There might be an airport that you can fly in or out of that's going to be cheaper than your original thought. Again, say you're going into Florida and you want to go to Fort Lauderdale. Well, Miami really isn't that much further away, and sometimes you can get into one airport a lot cheaper than the other. So it's worth it just to check the nearby airports to see if one of those might be better for you. All right, so, and again, right here, again, can't decide where to go, click the everywhere search. You can also scroll down here a little bit, and there's also down here, search everywhere. So you can click either place and it's going to take you and show you some of the best prices that are out. And they don't have the map. If they have one, I haven't found it yet. But here it kind of gives you some of the rock bottom prices, but this is not set in stone. So let's look at the United States. So what you're going to see is when you open this up, that said in the 60s, but here we go. Here's our Fort Lauderdale from $48. Let's click that. And this is the feature that I really love most about Skyscanner. I absolutely love this. They have a nice calendar here that actually it tells you what days are cheaper. It really spells it out for you. So let's say, all right, oh look, I can go on this date cheaper. And this is where, if you are more set in stone with the dates that you need, I really like Skyscanner because you could say, all right, well, I need to leave out, let's say you need to leave out on the 27th. But if you can at least be flexible by one day, what if you can do Monday instead? All right, what if I can do Monday? So let's click Monday. And now it's going to give you some return options. Like, what if we can return that next Monday? Wow, you really have a great deal here. It lets you know, because if you had to, that's a lot more $24 if you leave out on a Monday versus that $197 if you leave out on that following Tuesday. Right, so that's one thing that I really like about Skyscanner. Again, just because they have that calendar doesn't mean that you have to book on Skyscanner. All the airlines follow pretty much the same price schedule. So then you just show flights. So here's another tip. When you're going to get really good rates, there's a chance that the flights might be really bad times. All right, so if you're flexible with flight times, you're going to have a better chance of getting the rate that you want. Like this one, you get in later at night. So you're not really going to have that day, to do anything. You'll get there, maybe you can go out for dinner or, do some sort of something at night. But, it depends. If you're picky with your flight times, it's going to be harder to get that rate. But if you're willing to get times that aren't as popular, you're golden. Yeah, so there's that. Let me just check everything else I have here. Yeah, so and prices do, like I said before, I've already hit this, but airline prices do fluctuate a lot every day. If the more patient you are, the better, because they will fluctuate. Even in the same day, prices go up and down. Like I said, $30 price difference from 3 hours ago to now. And like I said, I've even booked prices where I'm in the middle of a booking and the flight went up. So if you find a price that you really like, that you're really willing to spend the money on, just go ahead and book it. Don't chance it, because even though there's some guidelines, they're not hard and fast rules. Another tip is clear your cookies after you search for flights. This is debatable. Some people say it doesn't matter. Some people swear by it and say it does. But there are some that say that once you check a flight price, the computer and the airline tags that and knows that you've already searched. And so when you come back, they'll raise the price. So if you just want to be on the safe side, just erase your cookies. But there are some people that say that that's not necessary. So it's up to you. Believe it or not, do it or not, it's up to you. That's just something that I've heard. And then this is just quick. Today we're not talking about hotels and car rentals and all that stuff, but just as a quick side note, a lot of these places, if you do get your hotels and car rentals from the same place, a lot of times they'll have package deals. So sometimes you can get better prices if you just package everything together from the same place. So here's an example of Kayakcom mobile. There's an app. I actually prefer the app a little bit better. I think it's easier to navigate. So again, you can go into your mobile app and just tap anywhere. And I think what I like, since I like the map so much, I like how much easier it is to navigate the map. It's so much easier to zoom in and out. It seems more tedious to zoom in and out of the desktop device, but here it's easier when you scan in. It's a little bit easier to find. Like there, San Juan is $92 because when you scan out, you lose some of the prices. So it's easier just to go and look for what you're looking for. There's Austin. Oh, look, Austin. There's $68 going into Texas. That's nice. Here, let's see. Oh, $68 to go into San Francisco, $68 Fresno. So actually, I will be honest, COVID, I don't know, I guess maybe it could be because there's less flights going out. But I usually see better deals. There's still some good ones, Chicago, $71 round trip, Detroit, $97. These still aren't bad, but during normal times there are usually better and more deals than what there is right here. But anyway, I highly suggest getting the mobile version as well. Desktop is fine, but I find mobile is a little bit easier to navigate. Thank you so much for joining, and please let me know in the comments if this was helpful. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.